All right, so just like we're talking about how to find the perfect gown if you're tall or if you're short, you also have to keep in mind if you have a very thin, petite build or if you're curvy. There are, again, so many different ways to accentuate your body type, but you have to dress the part. So let's start. If you are really thin, and I'm talking not as many curves, maybe not a very big bust,
right?
You have to accentuate what you have.
You do.
And how should we start? Where do we go?
You do. That's why I love dresses with ruffles, something that adds a little more volume to areas that need a little more oomph.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So, something with ruffles at your chest will definitely add some more structure, will add more volume to an area that you might naturally have, a lot going on.
Same thing, I think, with the almost mermaid cut of a dress that has ruffles or structure at the bottom. Yeah. It adds shape. And I think that is the key. When I did Miss California, it was rail thin. I mean, rail thin, zero bust, thin. And I picked, absolutely, of course, the knee slit made it all wrong. But even in addition to that, the fabric was a very, very thin fabric. It was a halter dress, but it wasn't structured in the bust area, so it didn't make adding any additional enhancements, whether it was, padding or just a built-in bra. None of that was really possible, so it wasn't great for someone that was very thin. It just kind of hung off of me. And that's something that you don't want. If you're very thin, you're lucky because you have, I shouldn't have said lucky.
Well, I mean, you are lucky in the sense that there are some fabrics that girls with thinner frames can just get away with. Satin is one of them. Jersey is another.
Right.
If you've got a little more body, those might not be the best choices for you.
Well, on the opposite, if you're curvy, if you're very, very thin, I feel like, in my opinion, you have a dress that has a lot of sparkle or has a lot of detail, or whether it's a halter dress that has more straight, something kind of else added to it, other components. Whereas I feel if you have more curves, you really want the emphasis to be most of the time on your curves.
Yeah.
So finding a structured dress that has a built-in bust area, maybe cap sleeves or a sleeved gown or something, but you really want to accentuate that hourglass figure. Something with ruching or cinched areas that really kind of hold it all in and then hug your curves are, in my opinion, the way to go.
Yeah, I think that if you have a curvier figure, the tendency is to wear bigger clothes, baggier clothes, a bigger suit for your interview. You want to embrace what you've got. You wouldn't be on that stage if you weren't proud of who you were and what your body looked like.
Right. No, I cannot agree enough. It's a lot of the times you think that off the rack is the way to go, and most people try things on the store and think that that's just the way it is. If you're curvier, and even if you're very thin, both ends of the spectrum, you can adjust these gowns to really enhance what you have. So if you are on the curvy side, making sure that this gown, maybe you have a great gown, but it doesn't hug in the middle as much, make sure that you take it to a tailor and have it really adjusted so it just fits your body like a glove is what I think of. When I think of curvy, I think of like the Jessica Rabbit look.
They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right, exactly. And same thing if you're worried about any areas, ruching is a great way. It hides it, but it still gives you that flattering, it's still stylish and trendy, but the ruching hides a lot of any concern areas.
Yeah.
What about strapless versus halter versus cap sleeves? Any suggestions on those?
Well, I think that you just have to realize, what your body can handle. You don't want to overwhelm your body, but I'm a more petite contestant, so I can get away with a strapless gown because I don't have a lot going on. But if I were, if I were 2 cup sizes bigger, I might need a halter or something that kept it all up so you wouldn't have to be worrying about any malfunctions on stage.
Right.
And you wouldn't be falling out of it, frankly.
Right. That's something that we see a lot too. Numbers on a dress are just numbers. So we see contestants, both ends of the spectrum again, that try to fit into a specific number that they think is the ideal one. And it either results in it looking way too big and the contestant getting lost in it, or on the other side, looking way, way too small and the contestant falling out of it. Neither of those are flattering. So make sure, don't worry about the number, don't worry about the size. Find something that looks great on you, not that you saw in some superstar or some model or a reigning title holder. Find a gown that looks great on you, that when you put it on, it just hugs everywhere it should and nowhere it shouldn't, and that you look and feel like $1,000,000, because that is what's going to get you.
Yeah, well, that's such a great tip, because you might love the gown that the former Miss USA won. But if you are not the same body type, if you don't have the same complexion, same height, those are a lot of factors that went into her picking that gown, and it just might not be the right gown for you because all of those reasons.
We say that all the time with trends too. If a celebrity wears something, you see a lot of people rushing out to get it. But if you don't look like that celebrity, if you don't have that same body type, the outfit or the dress is not going to do the same stuff for you that it did for that person. So just really being aware of what your body type is and embracing it, because at the end of the day, it's the girls who know how to dress for their body that really stand out from a crowd. Because when you have a dress that literally looks like it was made for you, that's when judges really take notice. They're not looking at the dress, they're looking at the girl in the dress.
Exactly.
Okay guys, that's it for this training video. We really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, that's awesome, because we have so much more great pageant instructional content just waiting for you. In fact, we put together an awesome training course called The Secrets to Mastering Your Onstage Question. Now the best thing about this course is it's not only going to show you how to master your onstage question, but it's also going to show you how to really step up your game during the interview portion of your competition. And we all know how important interview is, right? Now here's the good news, is getting this training course is super simple and completely free. But you do have to be part of our exclusive email subscriber list, so you have to make sure to sign up. Now if you're watching this on YouTube, all you have to do is click the hyperlink below this video, and it's going to take you back to our website where you can enter in your email address and get immediate access to the course. If you're watching this video on another site, make sure to go back to pageantprofessors.com and you'll be able to opt in right from the homepage. Now, as always, we value your privacy, so you don't have to worry about us selling your email address or spamming you. All we're going to do is make sure that we're giving you the latest updates on the greatest pageant instruction that we have. So go ahead, sign up, and I'll see you on the other side.